Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here in Lille for this EPE 2013 issues. And here on the TV stage, I will have the big pleasure and the opportunity to introduce the laboratory that deals here, that is quite active here in the northern region, but active all around Europe and all over the world. Welcome Betty, welcome Alain. You are two professors within the L2 EP laboratory. Please introduce yourself. Betty Lemaire, Simé, introduce.
Thank you. I'm very pleased to be here on this MEDEE TV show. And I'm from University Lille 1, and I'm a professor of electrical engineering in the School of Engineering, and especially member of L2EP, Electrical Engineering Laboratory of Lille.
Welcome to Lille, and thank you for being here on the TV stage. Second guest, welcome Alain. Introduce yourself, please.
I am professor at University Lille 1, and I work in research on electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles. I am member of L2EP, the Laboratory of Electrical Engineering of Lille.
So, this is the first. Is it the first time that EPE handle here, take place here in Lille, and why Lille?
Why Lille? For many reasons. In fact, within the EPE steering committee, a few years ago, in 2009, we presented our application to organize the conference here in Lille, because we are really involved in the conference according to the topics, the research topic we study, electrical engineering and especially power electronics and applications, control of drives, semiconductors and so on. So it's really relevant for our research in the laboratory. And then we are lucky to have a great organization team here, able to help us to organize this great meeting. Second, there was also the opportunity to celebrate within this conference a great event that is the VAL anniversary, that is the subway anniversary, because our subway here in Lille has been inaugurated 30 years ago. It was the first fully automatic subway in the world, which is really a challenge on a scientific point of view, and it was following an idea of a great scientist in University Lille 1, Professor Gabiard. So we are happy within the EPE community to commemorate this anniversary. Then also it's true that on an industrial point of view, and especially we are on the MEDEE TV set, it's true that there are many industrial partners involved in the research here with our laboratory, and all these elements contributed to the organization of the conference.
It seems to be quite interesting, and it's true that this city of Lille is of course well known in France, but all over Europe, and it's a tremendous crossroad, very close to London, Brussels, and of course Paris. So it's a very, very interesting place, and I think a nice opportunity for all the guests coming from all over the world. And let me have a look, especially to our Japanese guests. Welcome to Lille, Irashai. But I know that they are coming from all over the world, and I'm sure they will appreciate this city of Lille. Something to add on this specific point? Why Lille, maybe, Alain? Or everything was said?
We have, in EP conference, there are generally a main topic, and we decided to propose as the main topic future transportation system. Why? Because we know that in Lille it was the first automatic subway, as presented by Betty. And also because in the northern France there are a lot of automotive company and railway company and so on. So the northern France region is at the top of future transportation system. And in our laboratory there are many teams that work on that topic, on power electronics, electrical machine, energy management too. So,
thank you. So we talked already about this Congress, EPE, and in Lille, this 2013 issue seems to be a huge success, isn't it? Do you have figures? It seems to be extremely crowded anyway. We can see all around lots of people. Could you just describe precisely the trends of this 2013 issue?
It's difficult to explain why there are so many people. We are very proud and happy because of this event. It's true that if you can see the figures explained here, these are the figures from last Sunday. We were over 150 attendees, but currently today we are more than 1,100 attendees. It's a record for EPE ECCE Europe conference. And how to explain that? Maybe also several reasons. Maybe the location near Paris, of course. Maybe the attractive and substantial program, especially with these 3 thematic days. So today is the first day about smart grids and aeronautic transportation. Today there will be special topics on a special focus on the automotive transportation, power electronics for automotive transportation, and on Thursday there will be a special focus on railway transportation. So these are particular interesting topics. Currently they are interested for researchers, for industrial partners, so maybe the program is attractive.
So let's talk about the program and also what's happening within the industry. What are the major innovation for this year and in the coming years that you are observing within this EPE edition? Okay, Alain, or why not Alain? Who wants to? Okay, Alain Van Betty.
Innovation. I will discuss about carbon care because the conference is organized in a carbon care philosophy. Of course, the conference is organized on energy, so energy saving is a key issue for our society and century, and we have to be careful about the energy produced and consumed by the conference. So we have a strong team on that topic, and it's the first time for EPE conference to have such a carbon care action, which is composed of 3 main steps. The first one is some action in order to reduce the consumption of energy or CO2 emitted for the conference. The main part is due to transport of attendees, and we give a lot of advice in order to reduce CO2 by avoiding business class and so on. We use taxi bike in order to avoid taxi from hotel to the conference. We use very fresh and local products for lunches and gala dinner. We have several actions. The step number 2 is the estimation of the CO2 emitted by the conference. So at this moment, we have developed specific tools in order to calculate, automatic tools. We have initiated a first study 2 years ago for another conference, and we improved that. And today, we have estimation of 1,200 tons of CO2. And finally, the last step is mitigation project. We cannot reduce all CO2 emitted by the conference, and we will compensate the CO2 emitted by transport. The main sector is transport of attendees to Lille. And because of that, we choose 2 different projects. One project in Argentina in order to reforest Farewell Natural Park, and one project in the Dole Park near Lille in order to plant tree, in order to compensate the CO2 directly emitted by the local organization of the conference.
All right, okay, lots of innovative projects and lots of international overview. Could you add something to this presentation, some other innovations and news topics for this year? Betty?
Not really new topics. In fact, Alain told you about carbon care philosophy because it's true that it's important for us to take into account this aspect in the organization of the conference. As for new aspects also, we try to introduce many industrial sessions. That means 9 industrial sessions where the speakers are coming from industry to give really the last tendency about power electronics, components, very high-speed components now, new structure of power electronics converter, new structure of machines, new structure for the grids and the energy management, and of course, new power electronics for transportation systems. And we also introduced panel session or roundtable, if you prefer, in the afternoons to take into consideration all the questions of the attendees and to discuss, especially on the future trends. So the roundtables will happen later in the afternoon. I can't say more as for now because I don't know the content of the discussions, but I invite everybody interested by this kind of topics to join us on the roundtable. It's a moment where we can discuss and ask questions to the specialists.
Thank you, Betty. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are both belonging to the L2EP laboratory. Could you just talk about this laboratory, your program, what you're doing within this laboratory?
So this laboratory gathers the researchers and the teachers from many establishments, higher school education establishment in Lille. So main part comes from University Lille 1, another part from École Centrale de Lille, another part from Arts et Métiers Paris Tech, and the last part from HEI, École Haute Études Ingénieurs. The size of the laboratory is about 30 permanent people, but with the staff and with the non-permanent people, PhD students and so on, we reach the size about 100 people. And we are focused on energy management and on the development of modeling and control tools, the two aspects. And of course, we are in close relationship with MEDEE because we are a member, and I think we can say an important member of MEDEE. And we try to answer the questions of the research and development part of our industrial partner, great partners. Some of them are sponsors then, some not, but we have many industrial contacts.
A very active laboratory. Something to add concerning the laboratory?
Maybe in terms of application, we can say that we work on device control and so on for renewable energy application, smart grids, and also electric vehicles. So we have many actual applications on the focus, and specifically I will be back on an innovative part of the conference because tomorrow afternoon there is an awareness forum on electrical vehicle. That means that the attendees of the conference, but also the inhabitants of Lille, can see different new electric vehicles, electric bicycles, hybrid vehicles in front of the conference center, and that they can also try. And this action has been made by our PhD student.
Great. We are close to the end of this show. We have still 1 minute, but I have heard that today you are, it's a special anniversary of a special birthday. So could you just tell us what it's all about?
Yeah, I come back on this event because we are very proud to celebrate the 30th anniversary of our subway. Of course, at the beginning, the idea of a fully automatic subway did not come from our laboratory. It came from a scientist in Lille 1 who was rather focused on automatism. But it was a really great idea and fully successful idea. And after that, in the laboratory with my colleague, we worked a lot on the development of the power part of this subway. So it's a great pleasure for us to celebrate this anniversary. We'll have a welcome party this evening in the City Hall, and we'll have the occasion to celebrate this anniversary. There is the exposition in the lobby of the Congress Center, and there is also on the last day, on Thursday, a conference about the history of the Val, our subway.
I think it's utmost appointment that no one has to miss before leaving Lille. Thank you so much. Last word for conclusion, Alain.
So we are very happy to have so many people to discover Lille and all the development that have been in the past, and we hope that all attendees enjoy the conference.
Okay, thank you, Betty. Thank you, Alain, for taking part of this show. That's the end of this point. See you soon on Les Rendezvous de MEDEE. Thank you.